Hello everybody! Today we're going over something simple. I'm going to show you how to make really quick, easy, and fast planets in Procreate. So first thing I'm going to do is fill my canvas with black. I want to get a little bit of background in. So if you're using Procreate or another digital platform, go in and fudge in a background. I'm going to use Taralea because it's one of my favorite brushes. And we're just gonna, what color should we go with? I think I'm gonna go with a nice deep, let's go purple. Because purple will actually let the other colors of the planets, you know, kind of bloom in. So I'm gonna, oh wow, that's a lot of color and texture there. Maybe it can be almost like a, you know how like Into the Spider-Verse had that kind of very graphic style? Maybe it can be something a bit more like that. So I'm gonna fudge this in first. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a blur. Just like that. Not too much, but a little bit. I'm gonna jump back in, maybe choose a nice deeper color. Let's go with hearts. Let's see what hearts can do. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna use Old Beach. I'm gonna lower its opacity, increase its size, and push it off to the sides. Just to get a little bit of texture, a little bit more texture, a little bit more color. And there we go. This is also going to be a tutorial that will kind of show you what the layer styles or the layer effects can do for you. Because that's an important tool. And I myself, frankly, being completely honest, I'm a little bit unsure about how they work. But I guess we'll just figure it out together, right? That's all we gotta do. We gotta sit down, we gotta figure things out together. Oh wow, look at that color. Let's decrease the opacity, increase the size. Oh yeah, we got some nice bluing going in on your edges. Nice snazzy blue. That's too much blue, so now we're gonna go down to black. If you can't tell, I just woke up. I had the idea to do this tutorial this morning because I'm like, hey, you know what? People should know how to make easy planets because drawing space can be hard. Frankly, if I could describe drawing space, it's literally just taking your brush and going blah 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 all over the place until it looks like something. Like if you draw a dog, for instance, a dog has structure. But if you draw a nebula doesn't have structure, it doesn't have fur, it doesn't have a face, it doesn't have a skull and anatomy that you can go back to. So yeah, space can be a little bit difficult. Okay, so if you're using Procreate, jump into whatever beautiful color you want to go to, and go down to, I believe, luminance? Yeah, and pick your nebula brush up. And just blip in a few pretty little pieces of nebula. And bam, suddenly we have a spacey looking background. Ain't that nice? Nice and quick. And now we're gonna keep this simple. Obviously we could go really complex with this and make it look super cool. But right now that's not what we're worried about. We're worried about something different. So if you want, the last step is to choose a lighter version of that color. And I'm actually gonna go kinda nice pale blue. And I'm going to go to, if you go to like, where is it? Where we go in? We're going to elements. Choose driven snow. Make it small and lightly push it over certain areas. Just like that. Just back and forth. Because this, I hate to say, I know it's called driven snow, but frankly, it is the best star brush out there in Procreate at the moment that comes stock. There are people who have made really good, you know, like alternative brushes and stuff, but honestly, if you want a really, really great star brush, use Driven Snow. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's great. It works fantastic. So that's what we're doing here. We're doing Driven Snow, Nebula Brush, and Taralea, and then blurring it a bit. And we get this beautiful piece of... Look at this. This looks amazing. I feel bad because we're going to be covering it up with a planet at one point. Okay, so bam. We have our spacey looking background. Now, I want you to jump on... Okay, first of all, name your layers. Spacey looking background. Awesome, we have our spacey looking background. Now I'm going to jump into a new layer and I sounded like a car there, like a broken car. That's what I feel like. I'm only 25, but once you get to a certain age, you don't take your fiber and your vitamins in the morning, you're going to feel like a broken car. Don't do that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to choose is I'm going to choose like a nice coolish green and make it a little bit dark. And we're gonna, oh, look at me, I'm starting up my car engine again. We're gonna go into line art brush, because I just like line art brush. It's technical pen, for those of you who don't name your brushes. And you're gonna make a circle, but do not lift your hand up. You're gonna see at the very top, edit shape. Tap edit shape and make it into a circle. Bam, you just cheated the system. Now I'm gonna take this, and you can actually make it bigger. So if you like, I think you have to grab it. How do I do this? Well, okay, we're gonna jump out, we're gonna choose that selection tool, and that's how we're gonna make this work, because it didn't want to work with us. So now we have one planet in the edge. Fill it with color. Now we're gonna make another planet, whatever color you please. I think I'm gonna go down to like this color right here. It's gonna be like a stupid, colorful picture. Maybe I should go purple, maybe I should go blue. You know what? That turquoise looks fantastic. So I'm gonna make another circle, do the same thing, make it a circle, cheat the system. Now you're gonna have to select it because it's on the same layer, and I did that because I'm an idiot. And I'm gonna put that one right about there. I think that's a good one. What is it with my car engine this morning? I'm gonna fill that one too. And now you can see on the edges like that. Ugh, man, I did that really wrong. So there's no solution to this outside of just literally going back in and filling it by hand. And don't be a dumbass like me. So whenever you're filling in things on the edge like that, the thing you want to do is you kind of want to like, let me make another circle just so I can show you, so I'm not going to run my mouth. Okay, so we got another circle. Edit the shape. Circle, yeah. We're going to tap out of that and then blip like that. Of course this one filled correctly. Okay, don't do this, children. Hold it. Let it fill, but do not lift your pencil. See this blue line running along the top? That blue line lets you fill things in more or less. See, if we go all the way to the less, then there's this little edge line. That's what we had on the big green planet. But if you push it, it makes it disappear. So that's what you do next time, and don't be dumb like me. Okay, so we got our two planets. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another layer up on top of it and go into clipping mask. And clipping mask is necessary because now we want to give these planets a texture. I mean, you could have these giant glowy like balls floating around in space, but you actually want to have it give a texture. So I'm going to pick up this color again, and I'm going to run a little bit into the warmer tones like that. Why am I picking up this accent? Okay, and I'm going to like, I don't know, airbrushing. Find a texture that you like. Now go in, and since it's in clipping mask, you can run right off the edge just like that, and nothing's gonna happen. So I'm gonna whoosh this buddy back and forth a bunch, and I'm gonna add some other textures so that you're literally just at this stage giving your planet a texture. Like just go wild with it, because you're gonna make most of it disappear anyway. I like that brush. Okay, so I'm gonna put in my crazy colors, and I'm gonna ignore all the people being weird to me on Bumble right now. And yeah, we're gonna go through and we're gonna make this look amazing. Maybe some yellow. I want to try. Well, what other kind? We have textures. I'm gonna use hexavector. I don't know what that is. Ooh, what's a weird one? Okay, this planet is fantastic now. I'm gonna give it a big swirl because, you know, like Jupiter. Big planets have big swirls. Okay, so that planet has its texture. Now let's go down to this little guy. I don't know what to do with it. You know what? I'm gonna go to marble. I'm gonna choose some weird red. Oh my god! That looks crazy. That's too much. Lower the opacity. Okay, and so I'm gonna have this one going like woo, 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 like that. It looks really, really weird right now. Okay, we're gonna go into smudge. Smudgy watchy, and we're gonna just like shwoom back and forth just to make it look like it has some sort of speed going. There we go. And so yeah, you got some funky planet texture going on right there. Okay, there. And it doesn't look like it has much of anything going on, but you know what? That's the same thing for Mars. So I'm gonna just like whoop 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 whoop. Okay, we're good. So we have our two planets. Now what we're going to do, we are going to make another adjustment layer. Actually, not adjustment layer. It's going to be a clipping mask. And now choose one of the darker tones in here, like this purple. And now we want to go to airbrushing, choose soft brush, make it a low opacity, but a medium size, and just start pushing the color in like this. Oh, wait. You know what we need to do that I haven't told you to do yet? So stop making that darkness. Okay, I'm gonna choose a different color because we need to have a star. We need to have a light source, because if we don't have a light source, then there's no reason for the planets to glow in the way they do glow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make another layer, And we're gonna make this one just all caps. Star! Okay. And I'm gonna make it a good, let's make it like a nice bright color. Yellowish, greenish, make it kind of bluish. And so at first, if you look at a star, it's just a giant point of light. So you want to go down into, especially like from far away, you want to go down, see that? I'm making it that size and just like that at first. I'm gonna push it a little bit more. Nice and bright. And now we're gonna go into flare. And I'm gonna make it kind of a blue-green flare. Bam. Nope, we need it bigger. Bam! Just like that. Hey, look at that. We have a star. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing what like pre-made brushes can do for you? Okay. Let's jump away from all that. Let's go back to the darkness that we're putting on here. So go back, find your airbrush again. And we're gonna keep pushing this. Darker and darker and darker. But see how I am making this edge, like the shadow is obviously, since planets are mostly spheres or spherical like shapes, I'm pushing the shadow to the very edge. And that's important because you need to maintain that the light source is coming from a certain direction. I'm gonna go choose an even darker color now. I'm gonna keep doing that over and over again. Because in the end, your darkest color on the planet wants to be the darkest color in that bit of space. So in this situation, it's actually pretty close to black. Let's go all the way down there. Just outline the edge of the planet down there, and we are good. That's one planet, not quite done. We still have more steps to do. Let's do the same thing to our big greeny meanie here. Choose a nice purple, increase its size since this planet is bigger, and do the exact same thing that you just did. So bop, more. There we go. And if you overdo it, remember you can always erase a little bit, and there's no shame in erasing. I mean, if you're a traditional artist, you have to erase all the time. But bait. There you go. We have 2 planets, decently close to being done at this point. So what's next? So you have these 2 giant celestial objects just going right over there. So they need to have some sort of highlight to make them look more realistic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over, and we're gonna choose a highlight color. Now, I don't know what color this star is, but generally if you look at space pictures, things are nice and spacey and they're kind of blue toned. So I'm going to start with a turquoisey blue color. And we're still on airbrushing. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And remember, low opacity. So small and low opacity. And gently run along the top edge of your planet. Just like that. Don't make it too dramatic. Don't want to overdo it. A nice, gentle run along the edge. Just like that. Okay, so we got the first part done. Look at that, it's glowing. Isn't that amazing? So that's the first part. Now I'm gonna flip it upside down because I'm a lazy bitch. And I'm gonna go do the other edge, just like this. There you go. Just running along that edge. And this is faking the fact that the planet has an atmosphere. And blend it in. Be light with the way you touch the brush. To make sure, because if you go straight up like that, you can definitely see the edges of the brush, but just be light with your brush touches. Be light, be gentle, have finesse with it. Yeah, you need to finesse it, that's what it's called. Now a little bit more along the top edge of the planet, because I don't want to ruin the cool colors that we have with the planet itself. So just like a little bit more along the edge. There you go. It's going to look beautiful, don't worry. You can even add a little bit down near the bottom of the planet, because there still is atmosphere down there glowing. I think that's a cool effect. So I'm going to keep it down near the bottom. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I did it too much. We're going to erase that. You see, art's fluid. You never know what you're going to get. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of the glow away in certain areas to make sure it doesn't overpower the color of our beautiful little planet here. So that we got glow on that side of the planet, now we need to do it here. I don't even know what I just said. There we go. Right along the edge. I'm going to start my car again. Excuse me. I think it's because I had milk this morning. I had like Rice Krispies and milk and it was delicious. Okay, there we go. There we go. Two glowy planets. Now, if you want more glow, you can add more glow. There you go. 2 glowy planets. What else do we want to do? Obviously, that's not quite bright enough. Now, one thing you can do is you can start funking around with these effects. Add is one of my favorite effects. We're going to use it in a moment. But if you go through, you can see what different effects do. And some of them are real funky. Look at that. That's crazy. But right now we're going to stay for normal on this layer. But now what I want you to do is I want you to duplicate this. See, it's glowing even more. But now we're going to work with the different effects. Look what happens when you go to color dodge. Look at that, that's amazing. Or add, look at that. Right now I want to keep this one on color dodge, and I'm going to use it to accentuate things even more. First, I'm actually going to erase around the edges because it has a little bit too much effect in areas that I don't need it to have an effect in. So just a little bit of erasing. And a little bit on this big boy right here. Don't forget him. But now, we're going to go choose an even lighter color. Because the way color dodge works is that dodge means making things brighter. It adds together and makes things bright. Look at that. Burn, because sometimes you'll see color burn in the effects. Burn makes things darker, and you don't want that. It's kind of like burning wood. Think of it like that. Color burn, burning wood. Burning wood gets darker like charcoal. Think of it like that. So we're gonna take our nice, gentle, subtle brush again. We're gonna make a thinner line coming around the edges. Hey, 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 not eraser. Right along the edge, just like that. Somebody's building a patio outside. I'm trying to record a video, buddy. Build your patio later. Your patio doesn't matter, education's important. There we go, nice and bright. That really pushes how bright that star is too. Now we're gonna go do this one. Same way. A nice, thin, bright, gentle line. Going right up along the edges. Make it even smaller. Make it even thinner, brighter, gentler line. And maybe push it down to the edge a bit more. Just to accentuate the shape of that planet. And then bam! That's it. Look, we're done. How long did that take? It didn't take that long. I took a break because there was some bells ringing outside and I didn't know what to tell you guys at one certain moment. But let's see. Look at that. Subtract the stupid time I took to take my drink and wait for the church bells to finish, and this was probably a 16-minute drawing. You can do this in 16 minutes. Now, follow this tutorial and make sure to tag me in it. If you put it up on Instagram, I want you to end up using the hashtag MTHtutorials. This also goes for the drawing things I do on Friday, the draw alongs with me. Also use this and tag me in it, because I want to see what you guys make. I'm very proud of you guys. I like seeing how you do. Okay, if this helped you, make sure to comment. See if there's anything else you want me to teach you. I have a long list going that I need to work on. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something, and you guys have a good day. See you later.